Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh, this is, I'm going to talk about Resident Evil. Okay, so there's been many reviews so far. Some people shitting on it, others are not. I'm going to sit there. I watched the first season. I'm going to break it down like this. So, I've seen the video games. I played the very first one that came out. Still can't play it. Still can't beat any Resident Evil. So as far as me playing it, you guys are ass out of luck. Ain't doing it. I watch people play it. I ain't playing it. I did one cardinal sin. My mom had like a super setup surround sound system. Turned the lights off, cranked the volume up, and got scared the shit out of it. Which is like I can't play it. I like watching it, just can't play it. Made too many mistakes, so I will never play it. But I enjoy it. Storyline is good, even from the very first one. The plot, story, everything is good. Um, the animated movies are pretty cool, and all the other series of video games came out was really good. I liked them, and what they started to do is transition in the way of the gameplay went. Kind of like it. I do enjoy it. I do watching it. There's something about from the original first couple to what it is now. It's a great genre of horror for video games. I'm gonna say for video games, good genre, awesome. It immerses you with storylines and knowing the main characters, which is like your Leon, your Claire Redfield, all that, Barry, and all that, like Wesker. It's all good. Video game wise, it's all good. Now let's transition to the recent movies. Not. We're gonna get there. The other trilogy or whatever with what's her name, Malkovich or whatever her name is. Which she's awesome. I like watching her. Um, those are good. Very exaggerated storylines of the video game genre for Capcom. I like them. They stand where they are. Yes, there's some shitty parts to it that we could nitpick as people that, if you're a Resident Evil fan, I respect that you have your nitpicks on it. I enjoy it because it's like it's zombies. Like you can't get wrong with it. So I like those. Now let's talk about. Let's jump into Raccoon City, the recent movie that came out. Now I like where they went with it. They added the video game version of the mansion and Raccoon City. I'm okay with that. Now here's my problem. Some of you can agree with it. Uh Wesker as a character he was in that did not like took it. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the actor. Just they could have done more. If you're gonna use Wesker, like you gotta make Wesker like a little bit badass. Just gotta sit there and say for that movie Raccoon City. But I did enjoy visually they use a lot of aspects from the video game into it. So that's my rating. I'll give it a 7 on that of using aspects of the video game of 1 and 2, using it in there. I'll give it that. The creatures, put it on a 7. I'm glad they use those creatures. That's fine. That's perfect. Face lickers, I think, were the best. I mean, you guys have come up with a better name. I call them like face lickers. You guys can come up with anything else. So that movie, I'll give an overrating of a 7. They could have done it better. Even if they do a sequel, I hope they do it better than that one. I still say Leon, they made him look like a bitch. Just gonna say it. Sorry. He looked like a bitch. Wesker looked like a fucking pussy. Sorry saying it. I don't mind those characters in it and you're using their names, but you gotta come on. I mean, for those who play video games, I'm sorry. It's like I hope that you felt weak. Overall, like I don't mind watching it. Visually, it's good. Just certain things I have to nitpick on it, and that's why I give it at least a 7. Like I'll watch it just because I like zombies and Resident Evil. I'll watch it. Now, for what's in the background of the image, the new Netflix series. I watched all of it when it first dropped out, and some of you, which is I feel some people are shitting on it because you kind of want your basic characters of the video game in it. I say I'm glad it doesn't have it. Even if it does reference any of them, even if they reference them, that's fine. But this, I feel, stands alone as it's like the perspective of someone under Umbrella living in this whole mess of shenanigans. So I want to pose it to you guys of watching this and want to hear your opinions of I see it as if you was a regular person and say hypothetically Umbrella was real. You was a regular person and this shit was happening in the background and then shit goes sideways. Like this is none of the characters that we want to be in there. I don't mind if they reference their names randomly, but just you're stuck in this situation of how the show's going. This is what you're stuck at. You gotta deal with a zombie apocalypse. What are you gonna do? I think this gives it at least a basis, I think, on the Umbrella side, not as you as stars or whatever. Like this is on the other side. This is Umbrella being corrupt as it is, doing crazy shit, and I enjoy it. Now, yes, is there some weak spots in the storytelling? Yes, I will agree with those who might completely hate it or some that are like skeptical, but I'm hoping the next season hashes out certain things and maybe give us a little bit more reference of the video game, not full, just a little. Like, I think to tell the story, you just need a little. So I hope that happens. So, for this TV series on Netflix, my rating, I'm going to give it a 7 also. So I'm going to give it like Raccoon City. It has a lot of potential. It's doing really well. Like, all right, the fact that we didn't get full monsters, I think they only threw out, besides the zombies, they don't count. Zombies automatic. I would say out of like crazy monsters, I think they threw out 3. That's kind of cool. And visually, the FX was perfect. So for the dog, original dog, that's perfect. The caterpillar, I liked, and it was done really well. So it wasn't like shitty graphics. It was okay. I liked it, and it was interesting because it ties into all that other weird random stuff that we see from like Village and this and that, all the other stuff that's in the video game. You get to see like, all right, normal animals in there could become mutated and zombified. So that was good. And they only gave us 3. I'm curious to see what they do. They did show this is a spoiler, sorry if some of you didn't watch it, but I'm gonna say it. They gave us the zombified, one Wesker zombified, which is close to the The one that runs around, shoots you with bazookas, and just walks around and says stars all the time. I kind of like that. Like you're getting that extra creature. They didn't fully show his full body. They showed a little bit of it. I guess he's going to mutate more, but that's perfect. I like it, and I'm hoping that I hope that it gets. I want to see close to 4 seasons, at least 4 seasons. 5 if they could do everything great, but I would like to see at least 4 seasons. I'm gonna have other ones I'm gonna attack. I know there's a lot of reviews out there. There's some people that get stuff early. There's trailers coming out, upcoming movies. I'm just gonna speak it from content that I know to add to what you might be wanting to see, or like if it's comic book stuff, like movies that deal in comic books, I'm gonna hit you with some comic book history. Some of you might already know it. That's fine. For those that don't, I hope that I get you involved either to read the story and then compare it. But I'm gonna end it right now. Resident Evil, I think it's worth to watch and then have your opinions. If you're a big video game fan of the Resident Evil series, watch it. If you watch all the other Resident Evil stuff, would love to hear your comparisons so we can have good discussions. Follow me in my Discord on the Dark Domain. Follow me on Dark Domain. I will put on YouTube a way to subscribe so that like you could get in and then we could have open conversations. Like it's interesting to see other people's point of views, what you think. Like I said, I enjoy it to watch. Not saying it's what as a true fan wants to see, but if it's semi close, I'll watch it. So hit me up. You guys have a good night. And I will follow up. The next one I'm going to talk about, I don't know if I'm going to do a trailer. The next one, I did Doctor Strange for a little bit. I might do, actually, I'm going to do Thor Love and Thunder and give you my standpoints on that. So have a good night. The Dark One's out. I'll talk to you later.